Word allows you to automatically generate a bibliography that lists all the sources you used in creating your document. In this lesson, we'll organize sources using the Source Manager. We'll insert a bibliography and we'll format the bibliography. We want to add a bibliography at the end of our report. And when we're finished, it will look like this. The bibliography lists all the source publications that were referenced when creating the report. So let's get started. In step 1, I'm going to click on Control N to move the insertion point to the last page of the report, which is where we want our bibliography to appear. Then I'll go to the Citations and Bibliography group in the Reference tab. So I go to References, and in the Citations and Bibliography option, I'll click the Manage Sources button here at the top. When I click on Manage Sources, the Source Manager dialog box appears. And here on the left, the master list shows the sources available on your computer. On the right, the current list shows the sources available in the current document. And these check marks indicate that the source is already cited in the document. Also, the sources that appear here in the current list are the ones that will appear in the bibliography we're creating. In step 2, I'll check the Mary Baker source. And down here, you can see the preview of both the citation and the bibliographical entry for this source. We don't actually want this source to be included in the report's bibliography, so I'll click the Delete option here, and the source is removed from the current list. In step 4, I'll click Close, and I'll go up and click the Bibliography button. When I click on the bibliography button, you'll notice that I can actually choose some of the styles of what I want it to actually look like. I'm going to actually click on the bibliography style, and now the bibliography has been inserted and includes all of the sources with the document. We want to format the text to match the rest of the report, so I'm going to actually select the bibliography heading text, and I'll change the font by going to Home, and right here I'm going to choose the font, and I'm going to change it to Berlin Sans FB Demi, and I want to make it bold. It's automatically bold, so I just want to make sure I'm checking that the color is correct. The color should be over here. The color should be blue accent 1, darker 25%. And then I'm also going to select all of the sources. I'm going to change their format as well. I want to change that to Berlin Sans Demi, size 11. Actually, you know what? I'm going to keep it at Times New Roman, but I just did this so you can actually see that you can change the font. I can go back to the font, or what I can do is I can just click Undo until it takes me back to when it's Times New Roman, and then change the font size to 11. That just gives you a way to actually see that there are different ways that you could do change the font size and format. So I'm going to save. I'm going to click outside of my bibliography. You'll see that it actually matches what we need. So I can print my report, or I can save it to work with later. One of the things I'm noticing is this here, the color is a little bit different than the bibliography here. So what I want to do is I want to look and see what color this actually is. So I can put my mouse pointer on it, go up to the color, and I can see that that's blue accent 1. I could do the same thing over here, and I want to change this to blue accent 1 so it matches a little bit better. So it's important to always go back and proofread and look to make sure that your report looks okay. So I'm going to click Save, and if you want to find out more about how to actually work with bibliographies, check out your book on page Word 94.